Okay, let me say welcome to the Portland Liberia. This evening's edition is going to be rather a short one. We're going to have a discussion surrounding local issues and international issues. So stay with us, and we're going to take a short musical break. When we get back, we'll go directly into business. So be with us as usual. We're going to play our Takun J music that introduces the program. So be our guest. My name is Lynn Fagoa, and Paul the Lord Chief is there along with Francis Mensah, and together we'll be bringing you the discussions tonight.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. People who are so, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that left us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not corrupt. No one to trust, my people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then stay, they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So they lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go not go corrupt. let us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to breathe? You see, we just tell you that why we vote tell you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask.
Well. Francis, let me say welcome to you on this beautiful Tuesday evening. Today is the 12th of the 11th month, and we are gradually getting there to Christmas. I forgot Christmas, right? I forgot that Christmas is coming. But Paul, how you guys doing?
Doing good from my end.
We're all doing great. And you?
Well, we tried. I just saw the date, and then I knew that we were in. Then I realized we are in November, and so it's just a couple of days, couple of weeks, and then we'll be in Christmas. But that's it. And the year waits for no man. The time waits for no man. As the hours are going, we are getting older, and things are not happening in our country. Liberia still remains what. In fact, it's even backward than what it used to be, and all kinds of things happening. But guys, tonight we'll be here to discuss some of the things that are happening in Liberia. But I think we'll be starting with stories from the international scene, because we live in a global space. That is we share this space with other people, and whatever we do, it affects them, and what they do also affects us, either positively or negatively. And so that we'll be looking at things that are happening in other African countries that are not happening in our country. So Paul, I guess you've been following some events, especially from Mali. Mali is in West Africa. Mali is one of the West African countries, the 16 countries, I think, in West Africa. Mali is one of them. And so there are some events taking place there, which is very, very interesting. And I wish Liberia could follow certain example like that. So I guess you've been following our video. So maybe we can let our viewers see it. And our viewers, wherever you're joining us from, whether from Liberia, America, or anywhere else, please help us to share the show. We welcome all of you wholeheartedly.
Yeah, thanks, Linford, and good evening to you and Francis. Yeah, it's good to be back for another edition. This is the Borderland Liberia. Wherever you're following us from, kindly share the show. We'll try to divert a little bit from Liberia, because the thing with Liberia, things not getting better. It just drives every Liberian crazy. For some reason, people surrounding countries around are making progress, but for some reason, we just doing something that just unbelievable. So we'll focus our attention on our neighbors, not distant far neighbors, to see what the progress they're making over there. Maybe we could take cue from this. Maybe if our people listen, our leaders can also follow suit of what the other people are doing. Maybe all the nonsense will stop in Liberia. Yeah. And most time people who do the talking are people that are in the diaspora. The people on the ground, they just decided, it is where it is. We'll have to live with it.
For them, the thing is normal. It's all right.
Yeah. Until dark, come. And it's just wrong. So maybe if one enter the land and find how to get the seat for District 5 and be getting your own 50, 30,000 a month, you don't care about the people. This is where it is. Anyway, Francis, what's your thought? You muted.
First of all, I would like to say a big welcome to our viewers across the globe. There are a lot of unsettling situations coming out of our country, Liberia. It's so disturbing that the citizens need to take some action, especially towards our lawmakers. Do things happen, but at the rate and at the precedent is going to take, is it's not good for our country, Liberia. We got a budget to pass, to review, and everybody just for their own interests. As you rightly stated, our neighboring countries are progressing. We are not the only country that came out of civil war. Sierra Leone is there. Rwanda is the biggest and most glaring example of how you can rise from the ashes. And Liberia is just still there. We're still lingering on that edge. We hope that things will improve, and our people interests will come first in the country.
That's right, Francis. We hope things will improve. And I don't know, somebody called me today and said to me, Paul, I'm wondering, God swear Liberia, why is it things can just get better? Why is it every day you wake up the news story? Every day there's news story. What's wrong with Liberia? I say, I don't know. Maybe the country the leaders, especially, they need to go to Central Street. That massive grave that he dug and put Tobo in there, probably kneel down and beg Tobo for his mercy. Maybe that his ghost falling Liberia, what things can get better. Maybe. But why is it we can't learn anything? It's just hard. And people who are lame people in Liberia, they are the worst people to deal with. So I just don't know. Maybe it's just a curse on that country. Maybe somebody will rescue us one day. Yeah. So Linford, that's
what I do know is that sometimes I was talking to somebody and the person said human being as a whole, especially Liberian man, when things working good for him, he said, "Oh, thank God, thank Jesus." But by the time something bad happened, he switched around. He said, "Hey, that the devil now," So, but we don't blame ourselves. We don't see what makes us to be in certain conditions. If we could do that, then we'll not even be thanking God. Oh God, thank you, or be blaming the devil. See, like Francis said, we came from war since 30 some more years ago. Children that were born in the war, they all grown up, they are men and women now. But yet we give excuses that, we fought war and this and that. No. Liberia fought war, I agree. But if countries were delaying development because of war, then Europe will not be advanced. Because Europe had one of the worst, in fact, several worst wars before the World War II even came. Okay? When we were fighting in a Balkan, there were war. Serbia, Croatia, Montenegro, they had war. I was in Serbia 6 years ago. Okay? And you can hardly see any evidence of war that was fought in Serbia. Okay? And that war was just in the time we were fighting war. Now, the people, they got out of the war, they know that the war was over, and they had to move on. You see? So, for us to still be lingering on the edge of war, like Francis said, and everything, we say, oh, because we fought war. In fact, when we fought the war and we saw destruction, so after the war, that was the time for us to wake up and say, look, during the war time, we destroyed all we had. Now we are up and no more war, so let's move ahead. And a normal person would think that way, but not us. So I think it's kind of disheartening. But I'll take us through, Paul.
Well, so next door to Liberia, not too far, between Liberia, I think Guinea is there. There's Mali sitting down over there. On the other side, there's Burkina Faso. Then Niger is on the other side, right? The leader who took office in Mali, this guy came in with a vision that, you know what, we cannot be subject to the Western world. At some point, we have to do things that will benefit, or we have to be independent at some stage. So what they did is fascinating to hear. Just in less than a few years, this guy was able to make his country to clear the pay off the debt they had for the Western country, that the imperialist country, they pay off. But it's not like Liberia Civil War that doing adding the wavy, but this guy, they came up with a plan to pay off while our people in Liberia. So I just want our viewer to listen to this video on Mali. Fascinating. Maybe we could take you from this in Liberia. Listen.
Understand the weight of this accomplishment, let's rewind a bit. For years, like many African countries, Mali had been struggling under the crushing weight of foreign and domestic debt. Loans from international organizations, foreign governments, and private lenders created a system that many felt was unbreakable. Mali's debt load was holding back its economic progress. Every year, millions of dollars that could have gone to health care, education, and infrastructure instead went toward paying interest. But Mali wasn't alone. Many African nations find themselves in a similar position. This is where our story takes a dramatic turn. Enter Assimi Goïta, a man who came into power in a time of deep crisis. But Goïta had a vision. A Mali that wouldn't just survive, but thrive independently. When Goïta assumed leadership, he knew he needed to tackle the debt problem head-on. But how? With limited resources, international sanctions, and a nation still healing from internal conflicts, it was a mountain of a challenge. So let's break down Goïta's economic strategy. His approach can be summarized into three pillars: resource management, renegotiating local industry. Mali is rich in gold, among other resources. Goïta prioritized increasing revenue from these natural resources, ensuring that the wealth generated was more directly benefiting Malians. By renegotiating mining deals and increasing government stakes in mining operations, Mali was able to significantly increase its revenue stream. This bold move sent a strong message. Mali's resources would no longer line the pockets of foreign investors at the expense of the Malian people. But raising funds was only half the battle. Goïta's administration reached out to their creditors and negotiated aggressively. Some debts were restructured, while other payments were delayed, giving Mali much-needed breathing room. By renegotiating their debt terms, Mali avoided default and strategically reduced its interest obligations. Mali's leadership also understood the importance of self-sufficiency. Investments were directed toward agriculture, local manufacturing, and even renewable energy projects. This created jobs, reduced reliance on imports, and strengthened the local economy. With more people employed and more goods being produced domestically, Mali started to see a significant improvement in its economic resilience. Now, here's where things get really exciting. After years of hard work, Mali was left with just a fraction of its debt. But the last millions were still tough to clear. Goïta made a bold announcement. Mali would clear every last dollar by the end of the year. The government allocated funds carefully, cut down on non-essential spending, and even encouraged the public to support local businesses and products. Every effort was made to funnel as much as possible toward that final payment. And then, they did it. The news spread like wildfire. Mali was now the first African country to be free from foreign and domestic debt obligations. The people celebrated, not just because of the financial freedom, but because this was a moment of pride, a message that African nations could reclaim their financial sovereignty. But what does this mean for the rest of Africa? Mali has set a powerful precedent. It has shown that, with determined leadership and strategic planning, even the most indebted nations can break free. For other African nations struggling under debt, this victory could be a beacon of hope. Of course, this is only the beginning. Mali is now at a crossroads. Debt-free doesn't mean risk-free, and challenges still lie ahead. To maintain economic growth, Mali must continue to strengthen its industries, manage its resources wisely, and protect its newfound independence. The country must also navigate global pressures. Economic independence can attract attention, both positive and negative. Assimi Goita's leadership will be tested as he steers Mali forward. The international reaction? Mixed, to say the least. Financial institutions, foreign investors, and even other governments are watching closely. Some view Mali as an emerging model for African nations, while others may see this as a threat to their interests in the region. What's clear is that Mali's achievement has sparked a conversation across the continent. Can other African countries follow Mali's example? What could
Can other African countries follow Mali model? This is the question. Leadership at the highest level has been displayed in Mali. Can Liberia take cue from Mali? Can we be bold enough to say, look, let's put Liberia first instead of the nonsense that is happening every day? Mali have set the stage. Which next country? Will it be Burkina Faso? Will it be Niger? When will Liberia follow? This is the question. And we're sick and tired with the nonsense of our legislatures. Why our kids can't go to school, hospital are crumbled. Why can't we take cue from other African countries? Linford, your thought.
No, listen, this is not impossible. It is more than 100% possible to do, but it takes few things, especially on the part of those that are trusted with state power or leaders. Number one, vision. Using your head, thinking far beyond, spending sleepless night, thinking positively for your country and about your country. The second thing a leader will have to do in such a situation is proper planning. Plan properly with the meager resources you have. You plan properly. Whether you have vast resources, also plan properly. Because in the absence of proper planning, no matter how rich you are, no matter what you have, you can lavish it. You may not even realize that you have such things. Then the third thing is accountability. You cannot eradicate corruption because corruption is theft. And there will always be thieves. Even in heaven, there will be thieves. So, but you can minimize it. So you make people to be accountable for whatever they have to work with. That is the everything. And sometimes when people talk about accountability, the first thing our minds run to is money. Okay. Oh, because and the reason is simple. Because money is easy to steal. It's very easy. You can steal money on paper. You can steal cash money and put it in your pocket. There are many ways to steal money. So the moment we talk about accountability or corruption, oh man, the first thing our mind run to is the dollars. But not that. We got other things that are needed or need to be accounted for. Number one, like government properties. In Liberia, when I was small, we used to hear the word say government boom or government property ain't get value. You know, government will buy a car and give it to somebody, and within 2 weeks now that car is down, and government will buy a new one again. So if our leaders will do those things, okay, first have vision, think, know where you are now and where you want to be in the next 1 or 2 years. Then you should plan properly, and then you should account for everything that you have to work with. Then the rule of law will come. Because in fact, in the absence of strong rule of law, you may not even have proper accountability. So all these things are intertwined, they work together. So our leaders in Liberia or the country lacks all of those things. Almost lacks all of those things. And so, in the absence of that or those things, how do you expect us to even go closer to what happened in Mali? Here you are in recent time that is trending now. In recent time, it is alleged, in fact, not alleged because we saw evidence of the money being dished out to individuals, not even to districts, but one person. They get their money so they can go remove their colleague. And that's not the only time. These people, they will get their money, they have to sign certain document. They will get their money to say you're going to do development in your countries, but they don't. They take that money and pocket it. So with all this kind of corruption, and that's so. And Liberia, yes, we got minerals, but the minerals that we got, they are not replenished. You cannot replenish them. They are not replenishable. They're not like you cut down one rubber tree, you can plant another rubber tree. No, you dig it, you bust a mountain, you dig an iron ore. What you left behind is whole. Nothing will be there. It will not grow again. So we depend on all these things, and we are around going and borrowing money. When we borrow the money, we don't use it properly. So we have credited so much now that sometimes when the people hear about Liberia, the IMF or the global financial groups, when they hear about Liberia, they trembling. But what are people doing with the money we're giving them? Because they know how much they gave us. And they are economists. They know that if you get a certain amount of money, you're able to help yourself. But they gave us the money, we don't help ourselves, we don't do anything. Then we stay begging and putting ourselves in debt. So Mali said, no, we cannot continue to owe debt. We can manage it, we can plan what to do. And if you listen to that video, okay, the commentary over that video, it talks about, one of the things it talks about is that the people, they made a plan that, okay, we'll pay all the debt. That is the plan, the grand plan right there, we'll pay. Yeah, we'll pay. So once we make a vow that we will pay, it's the poor, I owe you money. Or, anytime I see you coming, my heart cut, I start running. Then maybe my brother will say, you know what, let's pay poor money. We will pay. So we'll work on every avenue, we'll find money any kind of way to be able to pay you. And what did Mali do? Mali went, they talked to some of the people who they owe so that they can, restructure the debt. So, for instance, if you're owing $1 billion from one country, they say, listen, we've been owing the money for long, and we know we don't have it. We can't lie to you that we'll pay you $1 billion, but if you cut it down small,
reduce the interest.
Yeah, reduce the interest, we'll be able to pay you. Get your cash, we want you to get your money back, and give us a certain time to pay. And that's what they did. We're not saying that Liberia debt. In fact, when President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, tried to the debt waiver, and it happened, we were happy. We thought we're not going to go that far, but we've gone beyond that. In just 18 years' time, we've gone beyond that. You see it? So I think what our leaders need to do is to plan properly and have vision, set a goal. The thing that's simple thing. But you got to be one Harvard graduate in economy before you know this thing. You, me, and everybody who can have money in their pocket will know how to plan. Not because you take it today, so you spend all the money, then in turn around you get broke. You got to plan.
And Linford, the most interesting thing here is these guys that are setting goals and going for proper planning, they don't have Harvard degree. These are just people that probably they just have what we call high school diploma.
Yeah, these are people that, economy, the whole idea about economy is just use what you have and use it wisely. That's it.
Thank you. And in Liberia, we can't grasp that. That's the point I'm trying to make. And you'll find out all of these. Why they can't, even the woman that sell fish in the market can even lead Liberia economically and will use the money wisely.
Imagine, I remember I grew up with grandparents, right? I remember my grandmother. Okay, this old lady, when they used to harvest the rice, she would put it, when they put in the rice, I still remember this, because they'll harvest the rice and tie into bundles and sell it outside for some time. I think the sun to beat it so it can get dry before they set it up. Then when they finish burying in the kitchen, they'll pull out and the old lady can set the rice into category. because she know that we're not getting rest from anywhere until the next harvest time. So
Yeah.
she knows, she knows time to plant, starting from March, April, May. When they planting, they already that they plant on the farm. She sell it one side. Then the one will start eating. After they have planted, the one will be eating until the next harvest time. She sell it one side. Then the one that maybe something will happen, will sell. And it's simple economy. And the only she didn't even know a toe from a finger, so to speak.
Yeah.
But it's about planning. It's about knowing what to do with what you have. If you get 4 or 5 trousers, you can wear all one day. You throw them one day, or you wear 5 minutes together one wear. So you got to play according to what you have, and that's the idea of economy. So if our people, if the leaders that we have, they lack this thing, basic accountability, the money that the IMF gave us, all the debt we're taking, we mortgage our resources and all those things. When the resources finish, what we'll do? Maybe we'll start selling slaves. Because the people can say we want our money, you got to do something, or we want certain portion of your land. All the people that sell it to us, we'll do it. What can we do? Because we don't have the cash to pay the people back. See it? You are muted, Paul.
What our president did in that video, he said we blessed with gold. So he negotiated with the concession companies.
Mm-hmm.
That is because the target is we want to clear our debt. So this is no go area. And then what they focus on agriculture for the small businesses. So this guy came out with clear-cut plan that, well, in the next 3 years, Mali will be free of debt, and then we can move forward. Strategically, that's what he did.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking, Paul, with long-term goals. Set your goal, go further and say, I will reach there. I will do it. It's all about determination. It's all about planning and move towards your goal. And this is everyday thing in life. Paul, this thing, they're planning and achieving your goals. It's every day. Yeah, you may plan and you may not achieve your goal, but at least you plan, you try.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we plan as a country, we say, no, we got several mountains. We got the Putu Mountain that is untouched. We got the Wologisi Mountain that is untouched. It's the Nima Mountain that we stay dealing with, and new mountain again in Bapulu. So all these things we got. Let us not sell it. Let's make concession with people. When you come here, you want to mine our IMO, we owe so amount of money to the IMO or the IMF. So can you pay that money while you're working here? You pay that money, that will go against part of your there are several ways you can manage.
Yeah, and then going forward, we'll start borrowing money from the World Bank and others. So the money we have now, let's come up with some strategic plan. How do we get people to pay taxes that we can pay these people? We'll start borrowing from them. But instead, in our own country, they borrow and put it in a pocket. They borrow and put it in a pocket. And they borrow and put it in a pocket. And then hospital, school, they can't do nothing about it. And this year in, year out, we sing the same old song. Oh, this person have experience in government. In Liberia, when they tell you, say you get government experience in Liberia, that means you know how to steer to the best of your ability. That is the best governmental experience we have in Liberia. Because no other country in the world will tell you, say they get government experience, then they come and do the same old thing. That I don't want to go for it, just disheartening, honestly. Friends, although you listen to that video, we just discussing about the situation that the bolster Mali took for them to be debt-free today. Why is it Liberia cannot follow suit? With all of this Harvard degree, the Yale degree, the Preston degree that will all carry to Liberia, and we don't have common sense to set policy. What's going on with our country? Talk to us on that video.
Well, I can already authenticate the video there, but if it is true, if it is not propaganda, Then I think the leader, the military leader in Mali, he has taken a bold step, and he has, he must be commended for what he has done, and we hope that other nations in Africa can follow suit, especially in West Africa. I don't know what are the conditions, or maybe I don't know, just to brush off your country debt. That's the billions of dollars Mali owe, in debt to France and other countries. So yeah, that's a good good thing to do, and I hope that other nations can follow suit, particularly Liberia. I know um, governance is another thing, and then leadership is another aspect as well. So experience is another thing that we always people talk about at time. But I think the problem with Liberia is that we are just mediocre, as people. We just just lack that drive, to collectively move the country forward. Individually, we want our own individual gains, benefits, our lives, privately. When it comes to the country, it's something difficult. So I think we need a national discussion on that, and hope that people can change their minds and attitudes. It's just simple as that. We see people build fancy houses, but don't care. They don't care. They don't care what the rules are. The rules that lead to the houses. They ain't government though. Yeah, but I mean, so I don't understand. Once it comes to public infrastructure,
The people driving for the $5,000 car, but they don't care about the road that going to their county.
No.
I think this is one place in government where the legislators should have been very, very, very active. Hold the national government through the Ministry of Public Works to make sure that roads leading to your county, where you'll be driving your $45,000 car, is paved. But they say that in Monrovia, when they get the money, they take telephone and call in the counties. Or they get a few surrogates who will come from the county and be with them and say, oh, everything is all right. You see, look, Liberia, the problem in Liberia is the people themselves. I mean, it's said because we have so much resources that, makes us to be like what we are. If we're really suffering, if we got even the good soil we got, drive from Monrovia all the way to Grange there, along the road, you'll see plum trees standing. Nobody planted those trees. And somebody was eating plum and throw the seed outside. And that seed grew. I was saying, I lay banger during the water. And Paul, during the plum season, you want to lay banger. Trust me.
Waste. Yeah.
I mean, every house get more than 4 or 5 plum trees. So everywhere you can have the flat.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? So the land is fertile. I think we got up to the next 100 years to even think about using fertilizers on our farms. Okay? So what is holding us back? Why are we poor? Is it because that we don't know what to do? But again, nobody can tell me that we don't know what to do, because we got all the people with all the experience, and then somebody will tell me we don't know what to do. It's just the willpower. We lack the willpower. And then couple with stealing. Imagine somebody will be poor yet today. When they get in government, they become rich men. And so everybody try to go to government. And how many people can government employ? So if government does not employ you, then you become opposition to government. You form your group. Then you either go and start supporting somebody in government. Then you be praising God. I will say, this thing is really getting rampant in these days. During our day, when we were growing up, I didn't see people singing battle cry behind people. No, I didn't see it. I watched my very first election that I watched was the mayoral election between Chuchu Horton and Amos Sawyer in 1979. Yes. Okay, but I never, even though that election did not take place, but I never saw people in the street singing battle cry because I live from the Papa near Chuchu Horton Ya, near the Horton Ya. We should even pay for one around there. Okay, so but things are just changed. It's like the people we have become, like Francis said, we have become very miracle that anything can fall our eye. To the point where Paul, during the wartime in Liberia, where people were fighting to escape, people were trying to get on program to go to America, Canada, US, everywhere. That Liberian people were selling their spawn. Liberian men look at Ghana, I met a Ghana guy at Chicago, Midway, the airport. And the guy myself talk. Then he told me he was ECOMO in Liberia. They were the first group of ECOMO. When he went by, he bought his part on a camp to come to America. I saw the guy, he was doing cleaning job at the airport. And this guy would talk. I mean, he would work for 2-3 minutes. Then he go in a small telephone booth and call and talk, then come back in. And we kept looking at him. I mean, each other. That's how he and myself broke silence. And he told me a story. He said, "Oh yeah, they got no grandchildren there. You know all the places." See, so Liberians were selling their own spot. Imagine the person who's supposed to go to America to improve their own life and their family life, but you rather receive $500 from somebody, and the person will go to America and make millions of dollars. And they were,
I'll tell you, Francis is right. We live the kind of funny left in mediocre left in Liberia. Could you imagine of my friend, their house on Snapper Hill that worth nearly 90,000, almost millions of dollar house, because the brother in Liberia was broke. He sold a house to somebody for $45,000.
Can you imagine?
Family house, because the family left. And guess what happened? After he sold the house to this Fuller man, the man sold the house for almost 100,000.
See it?
You see, and the 45,000 that this guy got, in less than a month, the money finished.
Oh.
And this guy today, he's a banker. So the concept in Liberia that we don't put things forward, it just, I don't know, it's unbelievable. Look, I'll tell you something here, Linford. If you give Mamiata in Wallace market or Jakarta market to manage the affairs of Liberia will run better than the group that we have there now. To be honest, because she'll know that, oh, if I buy this rest, I need to make profit out of this rest. And she was played it in a way that she'll get more money out of that thing. That common sense is lacking in our leaders in Liberia. Our leaders in Liberia, they don't play. They only know one thing: to go and corrupt, to steal. I don't know why we use the word corrupt. They only know one thing: to go steal. You see, or thief or a row have no other plan. I gave example. These guys that classify themselves to be BM, the Black Money Boys, they sit whole day and plan how to rob somebody. They don't think that if I finish robbing somebody in 10 years' time, what will I do with that money? This is classic Liberia story. This is how Liberia operate. The guys that in power in Liberia, they are all thieves. So they plan all day how they're going to steal from the people. They don't plan how to better the lives of the people. They are all thieves. The legislature just showed us that giving them 25,000, 15,000 to remove their own colleague they elected, it just showed that money comes before anything else. That is Liberia. The president took the speaker to the room, and behind him, guys, you're playing cool. That is Liberia. Then on the opposition side, that where he come from, also the opposition against him, his own party against him. So what kind of country do we have called Liberia? Man, I think we need to bring Tama Taylor and other people back to rule Liberia, because things not going the way it's supposed to be. So this is why it is, and the video we play on Mali is far fascinating. We have another video here on Kenya. Kenya was invited at the BRICS nation, and they refused. But then, after a few weeks, the president of Kenya, Ruto, got in problem with his citizen. Got in problem. Say, why don't you take advantage of the BRICS nation? Because why the IMF, the World Bank, when they give you money, it comes with high interest, and we cannot pay. But then the BRICS nation, when you join them, they focus on development. So Ruto now got caught between, how you call it, live for double S, so two souls. So he decided now to engage the BRICS nation. So we got another video here. We just want to play to our audience to see how African leaders are thinking that our own country, Liberia, where they dishing out money to benefit them, but not to benefit the people. Watch this one.
Kenya's historically Western-aligned foreign policy, President William Ruto has made an unexpected and ambitious request for Kenya to join BRICS, the bloc initially formed by Brazil, Russia, India, and China in 2006, with South Africa joining in 2010. Ruto's recent moves represent a calculated shift towards the global South and signal Kenya's readiness to join other African countries that are increasingly seeking an alternative to Western economic and political influence. This pivot comes after Ruto declined an invitation to the 2023 BRICS summit in South Africa, a decision that drew heavy criticism from Kenyan media, which accused him of making an emotional and irrational choice by aligning too closely with Western interests. However, in a recent strategic meeting with Chinese official Li Xi, Ruto aimed to strengthen Kenya's relationship with China, reaffirm Kenya's adherence to the One China policy, and secure China's support for its BRICS membership bid. This effort aligns with a broader African trend of reconfiguring alliances, especially as BRICS grows into an influential economic coalition that includes new African members like Egypt and Ethiopia and represents about 28% of the global economy. Kenya's newfound interest in BRICS is part of a broader geopolitical reorientation among African nations toward the global South, driven by BRICS Plus's growing influence. For many African countries, BRICS represents an opportunity to reduce dependency on Western-led financial systems and counter what they view as exploitative economic practices. In contrast to the US-led Western order, BRICS advocates for multipolarity, economic self-determination, and fairer global trade practices. This appeal has catalyzed a wave of applications from Africa, with about 15 African countries expected to be considered for membership at the next BRICS summit. For African nations, the primary attraction lies in BRICS Plus's commitment to principles of equality, respect for sovereignty, and multilateral cooperation. Africa is looking for leadership that supports sustainable development, and the BRICS framework aligns with many African leaders' visions of fairer global collaboration. While African countries have long sought to diversify their partnerships, their frustration with restrictive conditions imposed by Western financial institutions has reached a peak. As a result, African leaders are increasingly consolidating their interests around BRICS, seeing in it the potential for more balanced partnerships and economic growth. Kenya and other African states have voiced growing frustration with the conditionalities imposed by Western institutions like the IMF and World Bank. These conditions often demand austerity measures that undermine local development agendas and social programs, leading many to seek more flexible financing options. The New Development Bank, NDB, established by BRICS in 2015, offers African countries loans and grants without the stringent requirements typical of Western lenders, allowing African governments greater control over domestic policy. BRICS has set ambitious plans to reduce dependence on the US dollar, a policy that aligns with African countries' interests in achieving financial autonomy. Through initiatives to establish alternative financial payment systems, BRICS aims to reshape global trade and monetary policies, enabling members to trade in local currencies or through other mechanisms that bypass dollar dependency. For African economies, this would mean increased resilience against currency fluctuations tied to dollar-based trade, supporting a more stable and independent economic environment. The NDB has pledged to create a more inclusive financing model for member states, facilitating investments in infrastructure, energy, and digital innovation that directly support sustainable development. For Kenya, BRICS membership could unlock funding for large-scale infrastructure projects and reduce its dependency on Western aid. The NDB's flexibility appeals to African leaders who want to address specific national priorities without the strings attached to Western financial aid. Initiatives like the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA, align with BRICS's goals to foster regional trade and economic integration. China, in particular, has supported African infrastructure projects under its Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, which includes substantial investments across Africa to improve trade routes, build ports, and modernize transport systems.
All right, let me just come in quickly. Look, I don't know, this video is a propaganda video for BRICS, but Kenya has a lot to lose. If you went to Nairobi, the United Nations regional headquarters is in Nairobi. The foreign staff there, the foreign staff of the UN, pour in millions of dollars into the local economy. So with that move, it's going to be a very devastating move for Kenya, because the UN, supported by United States of America and Great Britain, will definitely move their headquarters, that regional headquarters, away from there. And they have, besides the UN, they have the African Development Bank the African, is that the IMF or some regional bank is there where Americana was working as well. There's a lot for Kenya to lose. I don't think that video, the video that we just played, is genuine, is because look, it's a serious thing Kenya has to lose. I mean, look, if you go to Nairobi, the entire sub-Saharan Africa, the office is there.
You know what? I would disagree with you. Not because one guy has a very beautiful woman, and this beautiful woman is treating him in a kind of way, and he say, well, I think I will leave this woman and marry another woman, or even quote another girl. And people say, no, my man, when you did that beautiful girl, you're not find another more guy again. Let me tell you, in life, there is always a second chance. Your second chance may be good or bad, or even better than the chance you have now. No, let me tell you one thing. We talk about global alliance. What makes you think that America is so interested in one African country called Kenya that will bring the UN headquarters there? Is how they can maneuver Kenya or African countries to do. Yeah, look, if America or those great countries are interested in African countries, why do they have only 5 permanent members of the UN? How many African countries you see making decisions there? They will take their something called AFRICOM and go build it in African countries. Okay? And when they get in your country, Liberia, the people have Omega Tower. At the end of the Cold War, the technology was not that advanced, so they had that Omega Tower. You know how many Omega Tower they had around the world? 7 of them. 7. And Liberia had 1. Okay? And they were using it to spy on enemy ships, and other things, other communication purposes. When they knew that they have developed the internet and technology was now advanced, what they did, they abandoned the tower. They told us, you're taking, why use those Liberia have a tower? Okay? And since that time, why else? So these people, they get strategic interest, not friends. But the BRICS are saying, no, listen, we will give you money and we'll do development for you with no strings attached. Like, for instance, the IMF gave you money. They put
look, leave for me. Look, we are all, no disrespect, man, look, but look, will you settle down for that? China or the BRICS gave you money with no string attached? What are you talking about?
Okay, no. Okay,
interest rate. If you talking about
okay, let's agree that they will attach some strings. But the very Kenya you're talking about, the AU, the African Union headquarters that China built there, not 1 penny came from any African country. 1 penny. Even the workforce came from China.
Because that's the African mentality.
No, but
African,
no,
listen, African
Uh-huh.
countries.
Mhm.
We have how many African countries we have? We have about 30 something African countries or what? Or
No,
50 something?
54.
55 African countries, brother. If each country, like say, they give you $2 million or $1 million each towards that project, it will have that project will have been done. But we still have that dependency syndrome.
Yeah, but that's why we say depending on the West.
No, because listen, the reason we need to show our independence, we need. What will whole global continental organization will wait for China to build, let's say, $100 million, or $50 million, a multi-purpose building, while each country can now contribute $1 million each.
Okay. Now,
So,
then let me come to.
I like
Paul, you can't, but let me get and put this at this part there. So, what if the West have come and said we'll build it, the AU headquarters, but y'all will pay your back. But China said we'll build it free. You're not giving you anything. We'll build it free. So which one will you settle for? Even if African countries would have done it, but somebody say I'll do it for you free, then another person say I'll do it, then you will pay me back.
I'm a student of economics.
Uh-huh.
There's no free goods in economics.
I agree. But at least right now, I need money. Then you say, okay, I'll give you the money right now. No. Whether I will pay you back in the future, but I need it now. You give me it. Then somebody say, my man, before I give you the money, give me move from your home, give me a home before I give you the money. So then which one I'll go for?
You want to go for the ones who, the one that has no condition. But it has the undertone of what? Favorism. You must
right.
you,
So, Francis, I want to
you
ask you
favor.
Egypt is one of the countries in Africa that have the most donors from America. Finance Egypt heavily. Egypt is part of the BRICS nation. Would America withdraw their funds? He just mentioned Kenya because so Egypt that is heavily funded by America, they join the BRICS. Ethiopia joined the BRICS. These are all powerful countries in Africa.
Look,
so
Egypt,
why is Kenya cannot join?
There are possibilities that there might be repercussions on them and their membership joining that. Egypt depends on the Americans' weapons. Depends on the Americans' aid to survive.
No, let me tell you one thing. I just give you the analogy with the guy with the young fan girl. No, if you always think like that, you will not make a move. And just as the Liberian mentality will get, we say that in Liberia, we can move. My man, me, I brought street order for me. I'm going nowhere. Why other people, even if they rap, they walk in the desert to go to Europe, they're doing it. But Liberian men, yesterday, I want to play. We're quite to be satisfied. They see the mediocre they talk about. We are very mediocre to the point where smart thing and satisfied. Oh, yeah, even though we know we can pay the high interest on the American debt and thing, but what we'll do now, let you take it. Okay, why are the other countries going to break? Say no, we're not good at that. Something will happen. We know what will happen. We're not sure, but we're scared. Oh yeah, there will be repercussion. So we shouldn't go for it. So let's just tell the one there, when they get, even though you're killing one, but we take it.
Linford, I think you misunderstanding me. I'm not saying these countries should not take the risk or maybe an opportunity to join the BRICS. What I'm telling you is that, look, the BRICS nation, or what you call it, or that group, they are not just dishing out free money without any conditions.
But they haven't told us any condition. So why would we be afraid?
Yeah, we have not heard it.
Yeah, but they have not told us, so we're not sure.
Those who are negotiating those deals have conditions on it. Look, there is an exchange for everything. You think what the Russians were in Burkina Faso or Niger, what they were for? These guys were providing armed security and they were extracting. They were taking the resources away from Niger or
But
Burkina
if you
Faso.
can't help me and I want to do good for you, you can't help me. I've got food for you. I give you something. I want that equals no. If you
Look,
listen to the breaks,
it's better. It's better
opportunity.
It's better to
Fair
come
trade.
up straightly, but to come up with,
Yeah, they are saying
that
equal
pretense of
opportunity
not
and
getting.
fair trade, whereas France will go and extract all the minerals from Burkina Faso and Mali and don't do anything. And in fact, they say we will sell it and give you pay royalty to us for your own, you take it, bring it to us, we sell it, then we give you what we want to give you. But the BRICS countries are saying no. If you get your diamond, you set the price, you tell us how much it's it, we do fair trade. If we exchange fairly. We'll not come and say we're taking it, then we give you what we want. Because in the first place, all the BRICS countries, China did not colonize any country in Africa. Russia got no colony in Africa. Brazil got none. In fact, Brazil was a former colony, Portuguese colony, I think. Then South Africa, the state suffering under apartheid. So these are countries that do not have any specific interest in Africa to say, okay, we believe that we are your parents, we will control your wealth. Look at the pathetic thing that happened to Burkina Faso.
Let's go to the root of the BRICS nation. The whole thing, the BRICS nation is they want to devalue the dollars. That is, if you're a BRICS nation, if Liberia part of the BRICS nation, Liberia can use Liberian currency to go shopping in South Africa. It will just be on their trading partner. So South African can use their rum in Liberia. That is instead of you go converting the money into dollars. And that's the whole idea of the BRICS nation is. So people seeing it that the dollars has suffered a lot of people because you got to go through the exchange. Who benefit? It's America. So go look at the structure of the BRICS nation. It's not about they help their nation for development purposes to build you up. India, South Africa, Brazil, China, and Russia. The other people that are joining now, they see something that, oh, okay, this is a good alliance here. Why can we benefit? If you want to IMF or World Bank, they say, okay, happy to take you. But then what happened?
Sorry.
You muted, Linfa.
Sorry, Paul. Sorry, man. In addition to what you're saying, in a restaurant, go to a restaurant, they didn't get one type of food. Okay, I'm not a food, yeah. There must be options. So you can choose. You see, because we are being allowed to the West for long. I mean, half of the world, especially Liberia, everything in the West, to the point where we use our money. You get Liberian dollar to America, they didn't even know it. But American dollar come to Liberia, we use it. So what is our own money? What on our money that they can use? What thing about it that they don't like? But we like their own. And this is the Western mentality that they will rule you, they will control you. In as much as, I doubt most of the things in the Bible, but the Bible talks about this thinking that there will be few countries in the world in the end time that will want to rule everything. They will get one currency, they will get one language, and they will set the guideline. You see it? So another group said, no, it can't happen. Read the book of Revelation. This is what happening because they say there will be clashes. People will come out with different ideas. And the two group of powerful countries will not like it. And there will be clashes. So the BRICS said, no. The BRICS countries said, we'll make our own money too. So if you come from America, when you bring in your US dollar, the moment you enter one BRICS country's room, your US dollar is no money again. That paper.
You got to use our money. So
yeah.
I think it's money. And I think it's a good thing to have the BRICS because what happened? You balance the whole thing. Now, friends, you're talking about UN headquarters. Could you imagine 54 states in Africa? How many billions of Africans that don't have no permanent seat in the Security Council that could veto anything? And these are the people who must continue listening to. I think the Africans have the right to do what they want to do. Right in West Africa, all the French-speaking countries, Their money is in France. The French will control their money. What kind of logic in it? You make
Look,
your money.
man. Okay,
It
look,
doesn't make
guys.
sense.
Look, I do have to leave, but I just want to put this before I leave. Since we trying to insinuate here that the BRICS nations, especially Russia and India and China, which in the Security Council, I would strongly want to believe them that they really care for Africa when they start to campaign, lobby for Africans to have seat on the Security Council. Because all they are just there vetoing. Let them come and lobby for African countries to have seats. South Africa is part of the BRICS nation. Let them lobby so that South Africa be part. Let South Africa be a part of the Security Council. Let Brazil be part of the Security Council. Let them. They have the power. Russia, China.
I don't think that's their aim. No, their aim is this economic.
What is the aim?
This economic imbalance.
You just cited the Security Council.
Yeah, but
what have they done for Africa?
Just an extension.
It's our countries. Let it help.
France says they mentioned about Kenya, about UN building headquarters something in Kenya, and Kenya will pay the price. What I'm saying, Kenya have no say in the UN. It have to be just 5 people that control the UN. Say, oh, so they were going to bump somebody country over there, and they say yes, and nobody veto. Why is it African nation cannot have a seat there to be able to say enough is enough?
But then you got 3 powerful countries. You got 3 powerful countries in the Security Council.
Okay.
Russia,
Let's
India,
look at it
China.
this way. Let's look at it this way, right? This is the political part of bringing up me. I think if you play that video again, you will listen. They are saying trade balance.
Yes.
That's a key word right there, balance. That it will not be, the scale will not be way already, that the West is way up there, control everything. Whether you put £1 million on the side, but they get £1, the other £1 will outweigh or £1 million. Yeah? They say we will set the price of your oil. We will set the price of your gold. No. My family lives in Houston. I go there all the time. There is no underground. Like most states in America, you got the underground tree. No, it's not in Texas. You know why? Because it's sitting over oil. You get deep. When you go deep, you reach oil. So they're sitting on that oil, but they go around the world buy all pure oil. So at the end of the day, when they have depleted everything, the barrel of oil that will buy for maybe $33, they will start selling it maybe $1 million to you. So if you do agree, you will not have cash running in your country. So you see, people get a kind of policy that they should control what you have and set the rules for your own thing. So the BRICS nations are saying no, we'll do a fair balance trade. 50-50, whether that's 60-40, but instead of 10-90, no. So most African countries are not seeing. They say no. It's not bad to get option. Like I said, the example I gave about the restaurant, right? If I go to a restaurant and say you get cassava, I say, but what else you get? Then they say they get palaoso. What else? We get pambodo. I get plenty of things to eat. But if you only get cassava and I'm very hungry in that restaurant, I'll be forced to eat it whether I like it or not. You see it? So that's what the West we have been doing. We allow the West to control us because we're scared to go to the other side. What we scared of? Because the same thing will be scared on the other side is happening to us already. You understand what I mean?
It is where it is. I think balance of power. That's how I call it.
That's it.
And you never know. You never know the level.
Paul, look at it this way. Paul, look at it this way. When we get different options, let's say Kenya and the Francis said the UN, I know regional headquarters in Kenya. So Kenya go and join BRICS. America now can say, then Russia or BRICS say we're coming to build a BRICS African headquarters in Kenya. So you see the competition. So the thing that America will not do it. It's just like you get one for again in time, 2 guys, 1 girl. That girl will dress well. Because the other man will buy the slipper, the other guy say, no, me on buy shoe. The guy buy shoe, the other one say I'll buy the dress. You see it? So the girl now, she ain't got to suffer again. So we African country, we got to sell ourselves. We put ourselves in the market. Say, look, we are available. You want us, that you now will provide. And we will take the side we want. So we found out that all the debt, America might start waiving debt all African countries. So, oh, you know what happened? Liberia, we know you owe up plenty, but don't forget all I wanted because they didn't want Liberia to go to BRICS. If they get interested in Liberia.
Let me add something. Funnily, South Africa is British colony, right?
Yeah.
India is British colony.
Mm-hmm.
Brazil is Portuguese colony, right?
Mm-hmm. And Kenya is British colony.
So all of these countries, why is it that they're not sticking with their colonial master? They said, no, we have enough. Sierra Leone is a British colony. What happened? Sierra Leone negotiated with the Russians to build a nuclear power plant in Sierra Leone that have nothing to do with Great Britain and all that. Say we are independent nation. Why we can't do things independently? We have to always depend on these people. I mean, it is where it is, man. I think
I can tell you, Paul. No, if the BRICS countries, if they are very serious in Africa, they'll make a big difference because the competition will be there. And America and Great Britain and all the other countries now they'll see. They say no, we got to do something to convince our old colonies to come back to us.
And that's it. Yeah. Anyway, that's the whole thing about this show is we have different view, diverse. We look at things from different perspectives, and we'll get discussing here about the issue with Mali. Friends say it's true. Mali did what they did. It's the debt free. The remaining cash they have was $332 million that they just paid off. So it's a hot news, and that is attentive. So they done that. So with the Rotor thing where you say what are the promotion? No, he actually visited China.
President saw the video. He saw all African leaders were shaking hands with. No, it's not about, even if it is promotion, that is a good promotion. So let our West now, let our Western friend can do that promotion. The promotion will be we gave Liberia 10 million, they will be paid 40 million. We gave Liberia, they got nothing to boast of. Our Western partner got nothing to boast of except to say they control us, they set the tune and we follow. But these people are saying, no, you can let's do partnership, balance. Eh? You take one step, I take one step. Now you waiting for them behind you 5 kilometers. No, we're on the same level. But the last time Paul and I had a debate on the BRICS currency. My concern about the BRICS currency is smaller countries that do not have much reserve in their national coffers to back their currency. What's going to happen? So you want to tell me Liberia and Russia will be using the BRICS on par, or will it be our African countries and France, where if in France the franc is bigger, but you can't argue the France is cheaper, the value is cheaper. So how is it going to be? Yeah, are people fighting to remove speaker while other countries are moving ahead?
Okay, guys. No, it was a fascinating discussion. Very interesting.
Yeah, President, you couldn't spark tonight on that one.
And hopefully, Kenya and the Kenyans will rethink the president's decision
and withdraw.
What will have the economic impact, the adverse impact that it will have on the country's economy. So no, we'll see.
My brother,
Kenya,
no, you can't be in the water and be scared to get wet. The people, the West, they think they're doing to all it worse. So we can't be scared to go on the other side. I seen what happened to all that.
I mean, the infrastructure in Nairobi right now. I mean, it's not the West though. From loans from China and so. But the West is continuing to support the Kenyan economy, the Kenyan security, as a matter of fact.
No.
So Kenya got a lot of things to lose.
What you have to survive from is not support. Francis, Kenya is simple.
Kenya got a lot to lose. Kenya is surviving from that.
Okay, you my brother. I'm working. I get money. You go to school, you come to me. You my brother. I'm working. I get money. You come to me every day. Say, oh, I'm going to school. I say, okay, how much your boss fare? That 50 cents. And yeah, 50 cents. How much you can eat? Recess time, 50 cents. Okay, I give you $1 every year throughout your whole life. How can that help you?
Kenya
I'm supporting you, but how does it help you?
Kenya
But
is
this one
far
say
from
no.
that analogy.
We'll make you independent. We'll help you. We'll put you on your feet. Come on, example. China built a whole glamorous AU headquarters. Imagine that America build that place. China, I mean, the whole all the 54 African countries will be that property. Yeah. So
anyway, guys, well, you guys have I mean, we catch up on Friday.
On Friday,
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
It was
brother.
a fascinating debate. That's yeah. We'll see you on Friday, brother. Yeah.
And that will break all day, all night.
So you know, let's play this video for our audience before we go. I mean, it's something that we all need to look at. It's getting very, very serious, and people may overlook this. I think Liberia should learn from what is happening to other nations around. So let's just play for just 2-3 minutes and listen again.
And signaled Kenya's readiness to join other African countries that
To start from the
in a
beginning.
significant departure from Kenya's historically Western-aligned foreign policy, President William Ruto has made an unexpected and ambitious request for Kenya to join BRICS, the bloc initially formed by Brazil, Russia, India, and China in 2006, with South Africa joining in 2010. Ruto's recent moves represent a calculated shift towards the global South and signal Kenya's readiness to join other African countries that are increasingly seeking an alternative to Western economic and political influence. This pivot comes after Ruto declined an invitation to the 2023 BRICS Summit in South Africa, a decision that drew heavy criticism from Kenyan media, which accused him of making an emotional and irrational choice by aligning too closely with Western interests. However, in a recent strategic meeting with Chinese official Li Xi, Ruto aimed to strengthen Kenya's relationship with China, reaffirm Kenya's adherence to the One China policy, and secure China's support for its BRICS membership bid. This effort aligns with a broader African trend of reconfiguring alliances, especially as BRICS grows into an influential economic coalition that includes new African members like Egypt and Ethiopia and represents about 28% of the global economy. Kenya's newfound interest in BRICS is part of a broader geopolitical reorientation among African nations.
I want to pause this. Egypt and Ethiopia. Let's listen to that bit. These are powerful nations in Africa. Kenya is another powerful nation, South Africa. So think on it. And let's play that bit again.
Influential economic coalition that includes new African members like Egypt and Ethiopia and represents about 28% of the global economy.
Represent about 28%.
28%.
Yeah.
Of the whole world, the whole global economy.
Yeah. So if you get India, you get Brazil, you have South Africa, you get Russia, you get China, Egypt, Ethiopia, and all us are following. And this guy thinking it's a joke. It's not a joke.
Okay, leave a pause.
Yeah.
Leave a pause here. Let me give another important aspect of this thing. Now, besides this is global politics. It has the economic sector or factor. It got the technical factor. They got the geopolitical factor. Now, those countries, there are 5 countries, China, or let me take it alphabetically, BRICS, that's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa.
Yeah.
Okay. Those 5 countries, I think only 2 of them that do not have space program, Brazil and South Africa.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. America is in space. In fact, every time you see astronauts going to the International Space Station, if 5 Americans on board, you see 1 Russian or 1 Chinese on board. Always they pair them. America can send people with 5 countries. In fact, just recently, 4 or 5 astronauts returned after 7 months. 1 Russian was among them. Okay? Now, the point I'm making is that America is in space. China is there. India got satellite in space. Russia pass space that at home. So there's no advantage here over any of those countries. America got no advantage over any of those countries when it comes to technology. When it comes to technology, India say yeah me here, China power they finish. Okay, Chinese can build human being anything they want to build. Okay, in fact, as we speak, and this is where people do understand. This is global politics. People taking it to be like enemyship or that. No, you see, Paul, the Mercedes Benz that you and I drive here, the all the cars that you and I drive here that look different in Europe. You go to America, I seen brand cars there, but it looks different. And where do they build their house? China. Yeah, that special contract is with them. Make our model different, let it look different. So you got millions of American companies in China because of what? Cheap labor and high quality technology. Okay? So you think all the noise they're making, you think America will break total ties with China? No, they can't make it. They'll all be that politics. I'm in the maritime sector. There is something we call east-west bound trade. Everything that they use in the West, almost 80% come from the East. And that includes China, all the countries in the East. Down to Indonesia. American jeans are made in Indonesia, of all places, because of cheap labor. So it's not just possible that America can disconnect itself from the rest of the world. And similar to Chinese cannot do that. You see it? Yeah. So there will always be that competition. So what I like about the BRICS is that the BRICS are introducing something that will make the West to move from their behind and do something too. Because they've been sitting too long in comfortable zone and using African countries and other third world countries. So BRICS is saying, no, we're coming to bring that competition so that somebody will be able to do something. And I will go back to the fine girl scenario. The beautiful girl in the town. Somebody want her. Then another guy want her. The girl say, I'm get shoes. The other guy go and buy the shoes today. Oh, then the guy said, I will buy the dress so you can look more beautiful. The other one say, no, that means we'll buy the ring, the earring, all these things. You'll see that girl life will start improving because there is competition. But if that only one guy in the town, and that one guy get a girl, the girl slave course, the guy say, oh man, I care. That mean I get. You see it? So we've been marginalized for long. People give us handout, they control our economy. They tell us what to do. So BRICS is saying, no, we're bringing a competition. We want you people to be on par. I know there is no parity in the world. Two people can not be equal. One got to be the higher. But at least there will be that balance. That's what we want.
Yeah, Linford, you're so right. Because there's no balance in the world. So you have one group of people from the West that will say, oh, we don't like Liberia. We're going to put sanctions on Liberia. And it will cripple your country. There's no way that you can turn around. You see what happened to Iran and Russia and other countries? Do you know that China alone have over 100,000 sanctions on them? I'm talking about Iran and Russia there because what? So this guy, China 30 years ago, China was just an African nation. Think on it, 30 years ago. It was just like a poor place. But the innovation that is the leaders took to get China where it is. So Chinese know that Africa going through what we went through. Think on it. And all of these countries now gravitating towards it. No, China 30 years ago was another third world country. Today, they are world power. Why not? What the Chinese can teach us? What is the secret behind the Chinese? For the Russian, they've been superpower for donkey years. So forget it. If they time over China, then let's see something here. It comes to technology. These are gurus. Let's learn from them. Then we should say, oh no, because why? We're so close to America, we're so close to Great Britain, and we can develop, but we're scared to move forward.
Yeah, to go forward. So why would we? It's like you in the water or the rim beating you, then you're scared to get wet. But look at the other part of it. Like I mentioned earlier on, all those countries in BRICS, the original founders, none of them colonized any country in the world. So Absolutely. They can say you are our property. Like how Great Britain will look at, they the other day I was thinking, now let me be reading. So I started thinking, then something came to my mind. I saw the thing called the Commonwealth. Commonwealth. You look at other countries, call it common property. That is our common property. Can you imagine? Commonwealth. So the people have been in comfortable zone for long that they can look at other countries around the world and feel that it is their property, it's their common, their common private property. So they can do anything to them. Yeah? And then we accept it. But the countries that are coming, none of them colonize any country in Africa. So we can stand up to them and say no. We can stand up to them and say, no, we want equal share. They will do it. But can Liberia stand there to America? Can Sierra Leone stand there to what the country, Great Britain? Can all the other countries that they call it, they always feel that you are their property. Yeah. So let me tell you, we need to have option, and that option is we'll bring it back to Liberia, where you got two parties, and the two parties think they own the country for the past 18 years at least. They're doing everything. They corrupt us. When the other one kind of corrupt us for 12 years, then we move them, we put another one that they corrupt us, 6 years, then we move from there, then we put the one that corrupt us. It's the same thing. Like we get option. Because like people, we are not seeing that option. So if we had a very good president that will come in between these two parties, like let's say they go in election and one president has won, another president has won, and set a bar very high and do a lot of development and set a bar very high. You think Unity Party, when they're running campaign next time, they will say that experience they're running on? They will not talk about experience, they will lay their policies. CDC will come with policy. They will not say because Joe, we are playing football, so we got a main president. But the two parties who got in Liberia, what they run on, Joe, we are popular. So that he the one who won. Or Bwaka have 45 years in government. So that our choice. That he the one everybody voting for. No clear-cut policy. So if there was another president that had won this current election and start to do things that will develop the country, and within 6 years and people see it, the next election 2029, my brother, it will be strong. But as we do man, we're going to revert back to CDC in 2029. See, because there is we're not having that option. So when the BRICS come, all the things the Western countries have been doing in Africa, the BRICS now will break that tie.
So
Lifa,
look at what happening in 3 West African countries now. Those 3 West African countries, they are francophone, right? They fell off because what? France have a rope around their neck that every time you collect your revenue is banked in the French National Bank, not in your bank. So France will determine how much they will give you at the end of the year, your own money you work for. Does that make sense? That the French person control you. So the other 3 countries look at the whole thing and say, this is complete nonsense. So France, you can get out of here. We don't want you anymore. That's a bold step that they took. France didn't like, when Sékou Touré did that to France, what they did, they put sanction on Sékou Touré until his death. So, this can't happen. I can't work for my money, then I give it to you, you bank it. Then when I need my money, then you gotta add interest on my own money. It doesn't make sense. So the bold step Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger took, that today now they seeing the light for Mali to be free, out of there the next country will be Burkina Faso. Because all of these countries now are turning to the BRICS nation for development. You see, look at, before you come in, I want to throw this before you come, before I forget my thought. Arrowhead Touareg was able to bring over 300 tractors for agriculture purposes that were given to him by Russia. You use agriculture to develop your people. If that were World Bank, they will give him that money. He will not even get a tractor. They will send their own expert behind it. The money will go back to them, and the country don't benefit. And Liberia is going through similar thing. Your thought?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that again, we need our neutral force, which is the BRICS, to come. Let me tell you, Paul, believe what I'm telling you today. If the BRICS come and all African countries start storming towards them, you know what will happen? The France, the Great Britain, the America that got interest in Africa, they will get concerned. What's happening? You know how much money people can get from Africa? So if everybody start going to war, so they will say, no, something is happening. We must, there is a messy link here. Other people are getting something from the other side that we are not providing. And they will start to meet. And you'll see, they will start waving debt and say, like, bro, all your debt, we owe the IMF, we wave everything, come back.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Oh,
you see,
we start building hospitals, we start building roads.
Yeah.
They don't compete. That's the whole thing.
The competition. That's the you just call the word. The competition is what we want. So it can't be one guy in a time that one sheriff he decide everything. Let's have two sheriffs in a time. Let's see which one is active.
That's true. Linford, I'll tell you something. In the 80s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Russia was giving African students, countries, scholarship. Sierra Leone was sent over 500 students over there. Ghana was sent 1,000. Ivory Coast, Guinea, Liberia was sent 16. They get over 500 scholarships for Liberians. They'll say, oh, that Russia. Liberia because if we send 500 students to Russia, America will not be happy. So we'll send only 16 to just keep the diplomatic relationship. Guess what? All of these countries we're talking about today, they benefited from the scholarship that Russia gave them. The foreign minister today of Sierra Leone, he studied in Moscow. He negotiated that nuclear power plant to be built in Sierra Leone. He went there and spoke in Russian, convinced the people. But our people, no, we have link in America. Great. We get millions of Liberians in America. But what has America done for you? And that's why Dr. Petty said in her the July 26th, what she said, they benefited from us so much. But what do we get from them? And she was right. We're not getting anything. So they gave you money. That money comes with heavy interest. Now, during the Tubman administration, when the dollars were used heavily in Liberia, for every dollar that is used, Liberia government are paying the U.S. government 25 cents for every dollar. Think on it. You pay them for using their currency. They benefit from you. And today, we still talking about, oh, America. I think it's about time that we'll have some leaders that will look beyond America. And I think the BRICS should be the one. So, brother, let's close up.
Well, my closing argument would be about what's happening in Liberia. We understand that there is no honor among thieves. Those guys in the house, the honorable men, so to speak, they should see reason to resolve what they're doing, because what they're accusing Funatikova of doing, they are all guilty of it. And this comes to justify the saying that no honor among thieves. If I see politician and somebody can steal it from me, it's the same. I will not blame the guy who steal it, myself stole it. Okay, or perhaps maybe Paul stole it too. So you see, no honor among thieves. So you just live with each other and you stop doing what you're doing, you start delaying the Liberian people job and you'll get to work. And the next thing like we just talk about the BRICS factor. We say, for me, the BRICS thing is like a breaking news. So we're still looking for the development in that news. We're still waiting to see what will come out. The first was saying, yes, nothing for nothing. There might be some strings will be attached, but we don't know what they are because they are not telling us. But at least we see what they're doing for us, what they want to do for African countries and other countries. And in that African country, we are emphasizing on the African countries because we are Africans. But I understand Turkey is also joining. Turkey wants to join. And Turkey is one country in the world that suffers political decisions all the time. Because 1 foot in Europe, 1 foot in Asia. So it's always contentious. To Europe.
But Linford, before you said something, there were 32 nations attending the BRICS summit. 32.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So think on it.
So can you imagine if you subtract the 5 original members, that 27 extra countries, then who knows? The next summit, you might have up to 40, 50. And the reason why the number will swell or shrink or remain stagnant. There are 2 reasons. One, how the BRICS countries will unfold their policy towards the new member countries. The way they will open up their arms will help the number to increase. And the way they will deliver on the promises they're making will also help the number to increase. But if they will not do anything substantial, then of course the number might not grow. So like I said, it's still a developing country. We'll see how our developing story, we'll see how it will work out. But we hope that things will be the way they are telling us it will be. And so in life, it's all about risk. You know, you allocate risk or you don't do anything at all. So it's not a bad thing to try. We'll try, let's go there and see. If it doesn't work, we come back. I mean, the BRICS country do not have door to say when you enter, when you join, and then they lock it door, you can't come outside. No. It's a free organization. You can join and unjoin.
Yeah. And
so that's my thoughts for tonight.
Thank you, Linford. Thank you. I think it was a fascinating discussion we had tonight. Instead of going back to our corrupt lawmakers that they don't want to see Liberia making any progress. I hope they follow what happened in Mali, the other decision, Kenya and other countries within the region. I learned to Nigeria also apply for the BRICS. They're on the queue. There are a lot of countries around us. So let's see how this in the next summit next year, we'll see how it be like, how many countries are going to join. So yes, to our viewers, we'll say thanks for following us. It was good having you all here. We recognize my sister Beatrice Chilupe Smith. Thanks for following the bottom line today. It's been a while since she followed us. So yes, and Linford also will leave our audience with this beautiful piece tonight that will take us home. Mama Liberia, we don't know where you're coming from. So this young man made his music, and which I love to end the show with. So I will say, brother, we meet on Friday. Maybe when something pop up, we might come by again. And we'll say to our viewer, thanks for being with us, and see you all on Friday. We'll leave you with this.
Boy.
If we're pregnant, speak up.
Sexy. Only records,
Now you bad liquor on that what you want me to don't can show yourself. Got plenty dancing, now you dancing, you get copy. I say don't can show yourself. You using Chani, Mr. Chani, I say to never don't can show yourself. You say you young for your sling on a papa bob, I say don't can show yourself. You don't get money, you want eat shawarma, eat some pizza, don't can show yourself. I using sense on you, using sense on your own Chani, don't can show yourself. Your Nina Kebe, you go or you say your Nina Sarah, don't can show yourself. That's who me bluffing, now you bluffing, you get nothing, I say don't can show yourself. Now you buying gas, you say I'm on a runway speed, don't can show yourself.